One. Hi, welcome to our channel. We are Amy and Jennifer of Grateful Fibers, also known as the Sip and Whip Sisters. We love to knit and we love to get people knitting with us, so that's what we're in here to talk to you about.
All the fiber things.
All things fiber. We have been doing our podcast on Instagram over the last few years, so you may know us from that, but they've changed it a little bit, so it's not quite as easy to watch. So we thought, well, we're going to come on over here.
And we've done YouTube before.
We did it before, yep. They were a little bit on the rough side, but
we still might be a little bit on the rough side, but we hope to get better.
we'll get better at this for sure, yeah. So anyway, we're coming in to talk with you about what we have going on. We thought we might give just a little short, what do I want to say? A little background on us. So we're sisters.
Amy.
Jennifer, I'm the older sister. Jennifer's my younger sister, always my little sister.
Baby. I'm the baby.
And we learned to knit not very long ago. Myself maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So in the knitting world, I feel like that's not very long. Jennifer, how long have you been knitting?
Maybe 12 years. So again, and very, first maybe 4 or 5 years, mostly scarves. Yeah. Didn't really get adventurous until you started in on it.
Yeah. So our grandma was a big knitter. So if you happen to go back and watch our very, very first episode, it will tell you a lot about our grandma. But she had a love of knitting, and we learned to knit from her. I did anyways. I think you did a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. In the end, she tried, and we didn't click for learning. So
she was about 98 when I decided I needed to have her teach me to learn to knit. So that was pretty fun. But we did also, Jennifer and I, we also did take knitting lessons for quite some time at one of our local yarn shops, and that really helped us set us on our journey.
It really did.
It did. And then when COVID happened, that really helped us a lot. Really made us be much more confident and independent knitters.
Yes.
So.
And thank goodness for YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube was great.
Learn a lot.
Yeah.
Learn a lot.
So, okay, so I thought, we thought we would talk about the sweaters that we have done over the summer, because we had a big push of summer knits with our community. And so we thought we would talk about that a little bit. And then what we have coming up, and then we have a viewer question at the end of our episode.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so we are wearing the Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts.
Yes.
Am I saying that correctly?
I believe so.
And this is, it's a short sleeve, obviously, V-neck, raglan shaping, and it does have a detail along the side, the same detail that's on the raglan.
Which I chose not to do. I just went straight down.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
In fact, I probably wouldn't do it again, because I don't really love the look of that.
I don't really think on the ones that I have seen, I don't feel like it's something that stands out. So I'm like, what's the point? It got a little confusing, and so then it was like, when I was doing it, I was like, I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, it became more enjoyable. Yeah. This is knit with a fingering and a mohair. Yeah. We've had people in our community, they'll do it in just a cotton, solid, no stripe. This was a fun knit.
It was fun. Yeah.
It took a little bit. The mohair was
because you are knitting with a single strand of mohair, so it's pretty small.
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
I did it on wood needles,
right,
which I think was helpful with the mohair. Did you do it with wood or metal?
I can't remember. I think I did. No, I did metal because it was very slippery.
Very slippery. Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite.
No. And this I-cord bind off was fun.
We have been doing a lot of I-cord bind offs lately. I'm like, bind offs take long enough as it is, but then when you do the I-cord, it's like, oh, am I ever going to get this done?
Yeah, this is true. Very true.
So Jennifer used, she's got the Lamb Good merino linen.
This is the purple.
The purple, and that's called something Barbie. Hello Barbie, or
I think it's just Barbie.
Barbie. It's a Barbie color.
It's a Barbie color.
And then the this is from the Scream collection from Lamb Goods as well. Lamb Good Fiber. It's a Scream. I think is it A?
A.
So yeah. And that is a local yarn dyer. Yeah.
You can find her at Naughty Lamb. You can get the I don't think you can get Barbie anymore.
I think Barbie's gone.
Yeah.
But she does still have the merino linen blend in some other colors. Yeah. Some other really pretty colors. So mine it's a very subtle stripe.
Yeah.
And the fingering is Black Elephant in Moulin Rouge, and then the mohair is Knitting for Olive. I want to say in fuchsia.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's a more subtle stripe. So the sky's the limit with how you decide to do your stripes.
Or not do your stripes.
Yeah, because you could do it solid for sure.
But I do kind of like the stripe. I think it's kind of a fun little. It's
It's
a very lightweight summer tee.
Yes.
It's great for summer.
Yeah.
And we were able to do this in our knit along that was 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
This is a 4-week challenge
yeah.
that we did.
Yeah, Jennifer and I, we do knit alongs pretty regularly, and this happened to be probably our most successful knit along. I will say, I feel like a lot of tees and tanks got knit during that time. I feel like having that 4-week challenge in there was really helpful for people to get things done. I know for me it was, because I'm like, I got to get this done.
I think that's what I like about a knit along too, is because you do challenge yourself to get it done. It's like, instead of just casting on something else and putting something aside, it's like, no, I have to get this done. There's a due date.
Right.
It's like homework.
And especially since we're the ones that are organizing.
Yeah, we have to get it.
We have to. It's not like we can ask somebody to do something that we ourselves would not do. So,
true.
Yes,
True.
This was definitely a success. And sometimes in knitting there are moments of, I don't want to say failures, but not so
frustration,
much success.
I would go failure.
We did have one particular project that was a little bit of a debacle, and I feel like it wasn't because of the pattern. I don't know. It was I don't know. I'm not sure, but it was for both of us.
Yeah, both of us were very unhappy with how the end product came.
Right.
I mean, I'm not unhappy. I will wear it as a fall vest, but it is definitely not, for me, a summer tank.
Correct. Same.
It wasn't
for
a
me.
tank. It's what do they
Camisole.
call it?
It's called home camisole.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll wear it, but I'll have to have something over the top because I didn't like the way the arms turned out. Should we show them? Do we want to show what we did? And we're not here to say anything bad about the designer or the pattern.
No.
It just didn't work out for us. Okay, so let's talk about yours first, Jennifer.
Okay.
So it's a V-neck. It's got I-cord around the arms and I-cord on the neckline and on the bottom. So there's those I-cords again. So tell them about this yarn, Jennifer.
So this is cashmere. It's a cashmere blend.
Yes.
I can't remember what merino.
It's a merino cashmere. And it was Fly Designs, right?
Fly Designs that we actually got at the Oregon Flock and
Is
Fiber
it 10%
Festival.
cashmere?
10%, yeah. So it does have a nice drape to it. And the pattern also did ask for a cashmere blend.
So you were using the yarn, not the brand, but the specific type of blend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was called for in the pattern.
Okay.
So it does have a very nice drape to it. It feels very nice against your skin. It's really good. It's just very large.
Right.
Obviously I did not do helical knitting on this, so you can tell that there's 3 different.
It almost looks like a fade though.
It does look like a fade. I didn't mind it. I'm not the biggest fusser over the yarns don't match. As long as it kind of made sense to me with this pattern, it still looked like it was almost intentional that I did that. And so it wasn't something that I said, I'm never going to wear this. But it's too big. The armholes are very, very large. And because of the cashmere, it grows as I wear it. And so the neckline got very
plungy.
And in blocking this too, I was very careful. I don't know about how you were with blocking, but I was very intentional not to stretch out. I was more scooching it together and trying to keep it from growing more. It's just a very, very large pattern. And we did gauge. We did our gauge swatch for this.
Yeah.
We did look at the pattern circumference. I did, and I was like, okay, this is what it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And so I messed up. The pattern messed up. I don't know, but
it's a debacle.
It's a debacle. It just is not going to be one that I wear for summer.
I think it's going to make a cute vest.
Oh, I think it's going to be a really cute vest. And So that way, I'm happy with it. But in other ways, I'm like, not for summer.
All right, should we show mine?
Mm-hmm.
So mine, okay, so mine is a specific fade. Let's turn it the other way. Let's do it like this. This is better. Okay, so I started off with this Explorer Knits. It's, I think, Irish Heather, and it just started getting it started pooling, and I didn't like the way that looked. And so I'm like, okay, how am I gonna remedy this? And so I'm like, well, what if I did a fade? And so I was able to find this next section of yarn that I felt like worked.
You did a very good job of finding a fade that works.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
It makes sense. So this was one I had to buy. This was something from Life in the Long Grass, and then this on the bottom I had in my stash. I'm not sure what this is.
It's plum, right?
It's something. I don't know. It's something. But anyway, I thought that worked. Okay, so for me, the armholes were really small.
Yeah. I will say
It was so weird.
Yeah, the pattern doesn't really give you an approximate. It gives you an approximate number. She doesn't
For picking up.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's kind of like.
So I picked up a whole bunch. I think I picked up too many, and so I made them really tight. And then I took it out. I thought, well, what am I going to do? And then I put it on, and this area is kind of all puckery. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm like, I'm just going to wear this under a denim jacket. It's going to be fine.
Be really cute under a denim jacket. Actually, I've seen you wear it under a denim.
Yeah.
And
So that's what I'm going to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
So not our best project, but in
a learning project.
Yeah, learning, and I feel like what you see in the world sometimes make you think that everything is beautiful and perfect, but in reality sometimes things don't go as planned. So
correct.
That is not our best, but we tried something new and
and it's not that we won't try this pattern again, but there might be another pattern that she puts out that
we would try.
For
again. Sure. Absolutely. So that was a fun summer. We did a lot. I mean, we have some other ones that we did as well, but we just brought these out to show because we only have a certain amount of time.
Yeah, we don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay, so you want to talk about the next one, Jennifer?
Okay, so this was our summer knit along, and so now we are getting ready to do our fall knit along, which is our campsite collection from Alicia Plummer.
Yes.
It is a collection of, I believe, 6 different sweaters and 3 shawls. We are casting on this Saturday, which actually is the first day of autumn.
That worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it did. I just happened to look at that on my calendar today, and I was like, it says the first day of autumn is this coming Saturday, which is our campsite cast on make along
campfire s'more
party. Wow, it's a mouthful.
It is.
So again, we are asking that you choose from the 6 or from the 9 patterns that she has, or if those aren't really into what you're doing, you can still play along, but as long as it's an Alicia Plummer.
Right. Yes.
We are asking to do an Alicia Plummer pattern and let us know how it is. Amy and I have both decided to do the campsite pullover.
No, the drop.
The drop shoulder.
Oh, campsite pullover drop. Oh, okay.
Drop
yes,
shoulder.
Sorry.
Yeah, and so that is a bottom up, no raglan.
Right.
Long sleeve.
Is it kind of a boat neck, I think?
No, I don't think so. I'm
gonna look at it.
You look at it. For all of these patterns, for all of the campsite patterns, it is a DK weight yarn.
Yes.
So we again have chosen Lamb Good Fibers in her tweed colors. Mine is called Country Love. Do you remember what yours? Those blue eyes?
Oh yeah, those blue eyes. I got it right here.
So that is what we have picked, and we have put a link down below to where you can find these if you choose to use your
She's
DK.
got like a whole array of like a rainbow of colors.
She's added a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of different tweed. That's why we chose this one. We love this yarn. We love that it's local. And then when I started seeing all of the colors come out, I'm like, okay,
we gotta do something with it.
We gotta do something with that. So those blue eyes And then yours is Country Love.
Country Love. And Amy has actually finished a shawl.
Yeah, I did. I did this a while ago, actually.
Yes, and it is fantastic. And it again is knit in the lamb good.
This is lamb good fiber. The DK Tweed, and this is cranberry. So it's just a really simple pattern with little eyelets throughout it, and it has different spacing. So, you do like
sections.
Sections. So more at the bottom, less as you go up.
Yeah.
So this is just a standard triangle. It's standard. But I will
it's your typical triangle shawl.
Typical, thank you.
You can use it. You can wear it in a lot of different ways. You can style. This is a great type of shawl to style in different ways. I think you can see it done.
Yes.
People wear these all kinds
of ways. You can put a shawl cuff on with it. I personally, this is my most worn shawl.
I know.
And a lot of times, I know it seems kind of Little House on the Prairie-ish, but I sometimes just do this.
Yeah.
Because it keeps me warm.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love that shawl. And I'm so glad that you actually came up with this current knit along. And when she said it, I was like, oh, thank goodness, because
you've got the yarn.
I've got the yarn for this one.
Yeah. So you started the shawl. You've got the shawl going, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jennifer's working on getting the shawl done, and then she's also got the, she's about halfway through the sweater, even though we're not casting on until Saturday.
It was so much fun. This is a fun pattern. It's nice. It's on a large, it's on US 8.
Yeah.
So 5.millimeter needles. It's just, you just go. Mm-hmm. And so, I am up into the neck. So.
Jeez.
It's so easy.
Getting busy. My sister is getting busy on that. I'm saving it. I
know.
Because we have to have some goals for our sweaters. We have 3 sweaters going right now, and so we have some goals. And so this one is not really due until Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I'm working on the one that
we have a Halloween one.
We have a Halloween one we're trying to get done too. So I'm not getting that one done either.
You put these goals on me, and I'm just like, I gotta do it.
She gotta get it done.
I think these are my favorite type of sweaters to do. I think too. I really like the thicker, the big needles.
Yeah. And this yarn,
needle.
you just cannot go wrong. This yarn is so soft, and the color is it has such a beautiful shine to it. It's really nice. And the tweed, I feel like, is so very fallish.
How do you say this word?
Donegal.
Donegal?
That's the tweed.
The tweed.
The bits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a very lovely, lovely yarn to use.
Yeah. So we are casting that on Saturday, which is the 23rd. We are gathering here at my house for a campfire cast on. Mm-hmm. So we are asking that you bring your own beverage if you're coming, and if you have a lawn chair that you can throw in your cart and bring in case we need seating, we'll be outside. And if it rains, we do have Plan B, so
some cover.
Yeah. So I think that would be fun. And so if you need more information about that, you could put a comment here and we will send you, just make sure you give us your email address, and then we can send you all the information. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's that.
That's that.
And so speaking of knit-alongs, I thought this question was pretty relevant to what's going on with us. So our the viewer question that we picked is we were asked, how do we stay focused on projects in our queue when there's new patterns coming out, there's knit-alongs? How do we do that? So I know how I do it. How do you do it, Jennifer?
You go. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it. I have a FOMO. I'm a FOMO, and it's very hard. So I guess you go.
Okay. So for myself, so what I do is when I bought yarn for particular projects, I keep the yarn out so I can see it. I can't see it right now, but I typically can see it, so I can stay excited about the projects that I have chosen. I also am specifically like one at a time. I like to get one project done and move on to the next. Although right now I have 5 sweaters on the needles, which is not me.
You have 5 sweaters.
5. And so another thing that I do is I do not go browsing on Ravelry. I just don't do it. If I know of a project that I've heard about, I want to go see it, I might look that way, but I don't go searching. I don't do that. For me, it's just a big time suck, and I don't want to do it.
And you see the stuff coming out, and then you kind of get like, I want to do that. I want to do it. I want to do it.
So I also work at a yarn shop where there's a lot of people that like get excited about projects and do a lot of projects, and it's sometimes for me it's hard not to get
sucked into
that. And sometimes I do, but sometimes I
But I do really like it because when you get sucked in, you suck me in.
I know Jennifer comes along with me. she's never mad about it.
I know, never mad.
Never mad. So that's pretty much what I do. I mean, I do, as far as like scrolling Instagram, I do spend a little time on Instagram. But if I see something I like, I save it, and I just, I mean, I personally just try to I just keep the yarn in front of me that I'm working on, that I have chosen for projects, and stay excited about that. And then try not to do too much searching around.
I guess that's probably what I have. I have also picked up I have all my yarn that I've already bought, the pattern that I've already bought. I have those all in bags in front of me.
Yeah.
And so when I get one done, I'm just grabbing another one and make my way through because I mean, we have a lot of projects and a lot of yarn that we have purchased for projects that we want to do, that we really love. And so it's like, okay, let's get these done and do it, and then kind of go forward. But yeah, you saw my Ravelry cart. I have a ton in my Ravelry. It's hard because there's a lot of really good stuff out there.
Yeah. So that is a hard thing, and I know that a lot of times I'm hearing people that have 20 plus projects on the needles. I'm just like, okay.
I don't know that's too much.
Yeah.
I have 3 that I'm currently working on right now, and it feels a little overwhelming right now with 3. It's like,
I think too, for us, setting goals, attainable goals,
Yes.
is helpful in getting something actually done. And then just the excitement of knowing that once that's done, we can cast on another one. That we have we have all this beautiful yarn.
Yes.
That I can't wait to get going. So that's how I stay focused.
Yeah. I mean, our yarn stash is not anything near what a lot of people's are, but it's enough for you and I to be like, we got to get through this.
Yes.
Yeah. Before we add.
For sure. All right. Well, I think that might be all that we have to talk about today.
Well, we can say if you want to ask us a question, you can follow us on Instagram, Grateful Fibers. We do have an email. It's gratefulfibers@gmail.com. We get on here and make a comment, ask us a question. We're a pretty open book.
Yeah.
So
we'll tell you.
Tell you what we think.
Yeah.
Tell you what works for us.
Right. Okay. Well, we hope that you found some value in this podcast today. And we will be uploading episodes about every other week.
Yep.
All right. I think we'll say goodbye then.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Well, everybody have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.